Hello all, Shadwell here, ready to talk about the next film in my collection, Bad Times at the El Royale from 2018. It's directed by Drew Goddard and stars Jeff Bridges and Cynthia Erivo. Well, it's certainly nice to see that Drew Goddard finally shook that Joss Whedon monkey off his back. Drew Goddard directed and co-wrote The Cabin in the Woods alongside that jackass, but thankfully that douche nozzle's name doesn't appear on this film anywhere that I'm aware of. And I am very thankful for that because I have a very complicated association to Joss Whedon. Basically, the complication is that I love to hate him, and I hate to love his creations like Buffy the Vampire Slayer or the first two Avengers films, but enough about that shipwreck. Although he did serve a purpose. It's hard to write a review of Bad Times at the El Royale because there's not much I can say about the last 2 hours of this nearly 2.5 hour movie without spoiling the experience for anyone that hasn't seen it yet. But rest assured that I both really like this movie and there are most certainly bad times at the El Royale. Everyone in the cast does a fine job, but definitely the one that is the most mesmerizing is Chris Hemsworth, who isn't even in most of the film. I was lucky myself that I had almost completely forgotten this film and kind of experienced it for the first time all over again. I say kind of because at about the 40-minute mark I started having some flashes of the last act, but nothing substantial, so it all played out like new for me. Which may sound weird because it only came out 5 years ago in 2018, but, well, that's how shitty my memory is. Cynthia Erivo's voice is incredible and is definitely one of the strongest reasons to watch the film. In fact, let's go further and just say one of the major highlights is the soundtrack. Some wonderful songs play both diegetically and non-diegetically. Sorry for the dollar words, it helps me save a couple of sentences. After the opening scenes of the film, the rest of it plays out one story at a time by room. However, much like The Shunned House, or better yet, Pulp Fiction, the stories weave in with each other and go back and forth in time as they all play out, up until the last 40 or so minutes when all the individual stories come back together into one narrative for the rest of the film. Sorry, being vague on purpose. I love Bad Times at the El Royale, and I think you will too, which is why I'm giving it an A-, and groan as tomorrow I have to suffer through Bait Shop for the first time. I'll explain tomorrow. See y'all then.